Joining me now are two people who have stood up to fundamentalist Islamic leaders in the face of incredible danger. Wafa Sultan, who is had a debate with a sheikh on Al Jazeera. She has been downloaded on the internet over 1 million times. I want you to take a look at this.
على طفل لم يتجاوز بعد سنوات عمره الأولى الآية التي تقول أن يقتلوا أو يصلبوا أو تقطع أيديهم وأرجلهم من خلاف. بغض النظر عن تفسير تلك الآية وبغض النظر عن أسباب نزولها والزمن الذي نزلت فيه تكون قد خطوت الخطوة الأولى في طريق صناعة إرهابي كبير.
Also joining me is Shakir al-Nilbusi. He has written many editorials published around the world demanding, among other things, that religious leaders of Islam create a fatwa against Osama bin Laden. Shakir, let's start there. Has anybody ever issued a fatwa against Osama bin Laden?
Not yet.
Why?
I don't know exactly, but it seems, that those people, who are in the Middle East, they are not so interested, in bin Laden or in fatwa or in something like this. So they are closing, their eyes on what's going on in the Middle East. So, as far as, the fatwas, concerning the Iraqi people or concerning, Hamas or concerning, any party in the Middle East, they are ready to issue, these such of fatwas. But as far as against, Osama bin Laden, it seems, that most of the Sheikh religion, or Sheikh establishment, in the Middle East, they are with Osama bin Laden. And the question, if they are not with Osama bin Laden, why they did not, up till this moment, issue any fatwa against him?
Okay. You were a practicing Muslim for 32 years. 32 years? What was the turning point for you?
I was born and raised as a Muslim. 32 years of my life were stolen by Islam. Now I am free and I feel obligated to speak out and to fight for the human rights for others.
Okay. How can you reform a religion if you right now are saying to me, free yourself of this religion?
Believe me, personally, I don't believe Islam can be reformed unless we recreate a totally new belief system and keep the name.
What about that it's not Islam, that it is cultural? I mean, the life in the Middle East is
terrible.
Different.
It's different, but it's not terrible, as Wafa, said. I think,
I don't know, stoning of women.
I think is, different. And to reform Islam, I am against, with somebody who is saying that there is no hope to reform Islam. If we would like to reform Islam, we have to reform it from inside Islam, not from outside Islam. First of all, we have to understand what is Islam. Most of us, we did not read, the actual history of Islam, and we did not read, the actual literature, of Islam, and we depend now on the certain interpretation, of Islam, which is coming from that sheikh or from this sheikh, and this is a wrong interpretation. We need a new interpretation for Islam according to the freedom concepts, which we have these days, and according to democracy concepts, which we have, these days. I mean, we need a new interpretation, for Islam.
Okay.
But to change Islam, it's no way to change Islam. This is a religion, and nobody can change it.
Okay. You are from Syria.
Yes, I am.
You have said some pretty amazing things. Being in Syria, I have to imagine it's caused some great danger for you and your family. What is the main message that you want people to hear?
My mission is to educate America and the international community about the danger and the nature of radical Islam. This is my message.
Okay. And what is the danger?
It is very dangerous belief system
Okay. What is the difference? You just
calling for
said...
the destruction of the other, of the West,
Yes.
of the non-Muslim people. And it is not a humane
Right.
job to do.
But you just said the dangers of radical Islam, which I will agree with. But then you also said earlier about Islam. Is there a difference between, is there moderate, peace-loving?
I don't see any difference between radical Islam and regular Islam, because Islam is not only a religion. Islam is a religion and is a political ideology deeply rooted in its teaching.
Is that a view that you would hold here in the United States, or is that a Syrian view?
I was taught at very early age that in order to be Muslim, you have to believe in Islam as a religion and as a state. Like, let me give you an example. You cannot be American and Muslim at the same time.
So then, because I've seen this and I've heard talk about it at the conference this weekend, church, or separation of mosque and state, is that a big problem? Will that help?
It's not a big problem, you know, but I would like to draw your attention to the very important point that when we asking, you know, to separate mosque and state, we are asking from political point of view and not from religious point of view.
Got it.
Because what we have, you know, these days, as far as terrorism, you know, it's not coming 100%, you know, from the religion. It's coming from the political interpretation of the religion. The religion has been founded, you know, 14 centuries ago.
Yeah.
Why this such of terrorism, you know, waves came these days? Because there is a certain political interpretation to Islam.
Okay.
So our problem is with the interpretation and not with the Quran or not with the Islam.
Good. Thank you very much. We will. We have much more from the conference today. We're going to take a look at the younger generation of Muslims here in America and the large role they're going to play in the reformation of Islam here in America and worldwide. Stay with us. Our coverage from the Secular Islam Summit in St. Petersburg, Florida.